Chapter 6, Dhyana Yoga, Taming the Mind and Senses. Not simply to know God, but to literally become one with God. This is the profound plan and purpose of creation that is hidden from most. Verse 1. Krishna continues, the person who works in the world without needing or expecting a reward is both a sannyasi, a true renunciate, and a karma yogi. But the person who merely refrains from acting in the world is neither of these. All spiritual growth is based on surrendering attachments and selfish motives. God cannot be perceived in the mental ferment of the worldly. You have to blot out thoughts of the world. A yogi is calm under all circumstances, considering all things with the same equal-mindedness. The person who knows the Atma has conquered the senses and is calm under all circumstances. That person has climbed to the summit of human consciousness. That yogi considers a clod of mud, a stone, or a gold nugget with the same equal-mindedness. Godly ones pursue only the divine. The yogi who looks with the same eye upon saints or sinners, relatives or strangers, friends or foes, well-wishers or even those wishing him harm, is indeed supreme. Note, this is the essential human empathy. We all come from the same essence or stuff, and we're all worthy of love. The method of meditation. Dhyana Yoga, meditation, the means for achieving lofty ends. To attain this godly state, Arjuna, you must become fully immersed in the true self through the process of meditation, Dhyana Yoga. You have to control your mind, body, and senses and become free of possessions, expectations, desires, and greed. This constant inner discipline called meditation is imperative because it is the means for achieving lofty and necessary ends. The meditator strives to still all thoughts and sensations. Thus cleansing the mind returns it to its original state, inviting God to enter. Meditation method. While meditating, sit up straight, keep your body still, and keep your eyes from wandering by gazing at the tip of your nose. Or close your eyes and focus on the center of spiritual consciousness between your eyebrows. Remain in perfect calmness with your thoughts fixed on me, the divine. Through meditation, one develops medanadi, an intuitive sensory faculty. Through long concentration, one's mind ceases its wandering. After some time, one develops what is in its essence a new sensory faculty, known as medanadi, an intuitive penetrating skill that makes naughty issues of life no longer problems. The yogi, with his or her mind constantly on the divine, finds deep serenity, the zenith of self-realization, and merges with me. Eating, sleeping, and meditation. People who eat or sleep too much or too little will not succeed in meditation. When you balance and regulate your habits of eating, sleeping, working, and playing, then meditation dissolves sorrow and destroys mental pain. The yogi. When one perfectly controls and fully withdraws the mind from selfish cravings, one is in yoga, union with divinity. The mind of the yogi, totally focused on the true self, is unwavering like the steady flame of a candle in a sheltered place. Turn the mind inward, not seeking stimulation outward. Anchor your attention in the Atma. Renounce all selfish desires, which are but products of the ego. Use your mind to curb all your senses. Rein in your restless and fidgety mind from wandering outside to seek stimulation and satisfaction. Turn it inward and train it to rest in God. Keep your attention anchored in the Atma, your true self. Think of nothing else. Then, peace and quiet will naturally arise in you. Divinity in everything. Touched in this way by God, this yogi sees unity in the true self, divinity, everywhere, in every creature and in all creation. The self in the one is the self in all. Those who see me in everything and everything in me know this staggering truth, that the self in the individual is the self in all. As they live in constant spiritual awareness, I am never out of their sight or lost to them, nor are they ever out of my sight or lost to me. Adoring the God, the Atma, inherent in everything and in everyone's heart. Those who are in this cosmic union with me worship me, Brahman, in the hearts of all. Whatever their external way of living or status, as they have shifted from self to God, they live their lives in me, and thus each of their contacts with other beings is, inwardly, an adoration. These yogis know that they are one with Brahman, the universe, and thus experience the joys and sorrows felt by others as happening to the whole. This is the loftiest spiritual union. I regard these yogis as highest of all. Arjuna interrupts again, complaining, "It's impossible, Krishna. The human mind is a nursery of waywardness, so strong it can drag an elephant, full of stubborn desires for worldly things. Indeed, it is like a mule. If it doesn't get what it wants, it turns petulant and scheming. My mind can never be caught. It never halts in one place. Trying to catch it and tame it is like trying to restrain the wild wind." The four main ways of subduing the restless mind: regular practice, relentless inquiry, non-attachment, and firm faith. Krishna breaks into a smile. "You know the nature of the mind, Arjuna. It is restless and hard to subdue, but it can be done. There are four main ways to do it: through regular practice, relentless inquiry, non-attachment, and firm faith. Let me explain. Through regular practice, abhyasa, you can draw the mind away from worldly attractions and back into the Atma. As it becomes more interior, it becomes calmer. Relentless inquiry into the self, vichara, leads to knowledge of Atma, the true self within. Non-attachment, vairagya, results from a self-inquiry and discrimination, viveka. When you actively turn your thoughts to all the bad consequences of the desires as they arise in you, the passion for them gradually dries up. As your passion diminishes, your mind comes under control. Firm, dedicated faith, sraddha, brings you the raw force of determination, will. All four practices are subsidiaries of the practice of meditation. Importance of real cognitive intent. The yogi moving toward divinity is deemed more highly evolved than ascetics who practice severe penance, higher than the learned ones who know the scriptures, and above the ritualists who perform their rites seeking favors. All of these are still entangled in desire to some extent. So rise, Arjuna, and be a yogi.